So what is the most surprising thing you learned about innovation after all your years of experience?
So I think the surprising things is that um, I think we found first of all that innovation happens in the most unusual places, like you said in the beginning. So, postal office organization, we have an unemployment agency of one of the largest
Wow.
countries in Europe as our customer, with
Wow.
1,000 employees, and that's
Surprising.
definitely not the place to
No.
find
Yeah.
innovation.
I would
Uh,
say government in general would not be the first thing that I would consider as a client.
but actually, I think it's the most growing sector in innovation right now.
Wow.
And that's I would say a very positive surprise. So we're seeing a
It is a
massive wave.
surprise.
Yeah, we're seeing a massive wave, and I'm not talking about one country specific. We're actually in government RFPs right now all over the world, in Australia, in the US, in Europe, and even with our with our new friends in UAE. Um, so we're really seeing this globally, and this is really exciting to see. So when I started Qmarkets and we set out to open up innovation initiatives in large corporates, I actually also didn't think that government would be such an
Yeah.
exciting area, and there's just so much happening there, and there's so many easy opportunities for them to innovate once they just open that state of mind and open the organization to really engage all of the employees, for example, or open the organization externally, and think about ideas together, and be able to also share best practices across the organizations. And this is something that I see as very
Wow.
promising and encouraging.
And
Uh,
surprise, it's so surprising. If you
yeah,
would have asked me, like in general, what I believe, I would say that the second option that will never innovate, it will be government, and the first one I would say is military. That's a place that I would never imagine someone doing anything innovative other than
we are.
like growing weapons. I know, like, what are they doing?
Yeah, so there are actually wonderful examples also in military, security, defense organizations that unfortunately I cannot share, but there's exciting stuff happening there as well. Another surprising thing I think we've learned is that I think what was surprising there is actually the magnitude, not the actual concept, is how much is already happening inside organizations, and because of all the silos, they don't know. So we have like very great examples from pharma, from chemicals, where once they launched a wide-scale initiative of innovation that's covering bigger parts of the company, and they're suddenly starting to engage globally, they suddenly identified areas of expertise that they did not even know existed,
It's so
or they,
funny.
they
They don't
realize
know.
that two factories of the same organization are trying to get FDA approval for practically the same thing. One succeeded, one did not, because they took different paths. And what a platform like the Qmarkets platform offers customers is really that ability to identify similar things that are happening across the organization, really reaching out to and identifying expertise that exists within the company, and bringing all those experts into one place, and really diving into solving the challenges together in the most effective and efficient way. Uh,
Yeah. You know, when I try to think, why did I think that these like two entities would not innovate? And the first thing that's come to my mind is who is competing with the government, who is competing with the military. Like in Israel, you know, it's mandatory to go to the army, and you cannot say their service is not that good. I would go to the next army, which is might be better, right? So so it's really surprising that still they are aimed to do things better and to
So,
grow and
they're
to
under,
learn.
yeah, they're under the same pressure. So you're right, they don't have direct competition, but they need to be efficient. And this is where digital and innovation initiatives are all across government. They do need to be competitive for their employees. Okay, so they are fighting for talent and creating a culture of innovation and allowing people to participate not only in my day-to-day job but in something wider is something that's really helpful.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
makes sense
definitely
that
relevant.
when you say it, it makes sense that if you want to be compelling to people who are more proactive or people who are more creative, who want to influence, you cannot stay the same all the time because these people would say this is not the place for me. It's like it's too stable and too one way. Like I cannot do anything. I'll be a cog in this machine for the rest of my life, right?
Yeah.
So it's another aspect of innovation when you're seeing the organization as trying to reach the more innovative people to be part of what you're doing.